This is why you need to mark your calendars. The planets are aligning and it's almost Chinese New Year. Join us on Between Dimensions as we unravel the mysteries of the planetary alignment and celebrate the Year of the Snake. Dive into the history and symbology of the venerated snake.
Hi, and welcome to Between Dimensions. I'm Monica Gonzalez, an astrologer and spiritual healer, and today we're going to be talking about the planetary alignment in the Northern Hemisphere that started on January 21st, as well as the upcoming celebrations of Chinese New Year on January 29th. But before we get started, let's do our sound clearing. I have a new toy. It's this steel drum, and that I'm going to try and play for you all. So we'll see how this goes. I just got it today, so I still need to practice. But go ahead, close your eyes and relax. We'll see how that sounded. Hopefully it sounded good, because if not, I have to record the whole thing over again, which would suck. But anyways, so we have a planetary alignment of 6 planets in the Northern Hemisphere right now. It started on January 21st, and it should still be going through January and February. We have 4 planets that are visible to the naked eye. Those are Mars, Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter. And then 2 planets that you need a telescope to see. So those are Uranus and Neptune. And on February 28th, we would have Mercury joining this planet parade, making 7 planets in the Northern Hemisphere in the night sky, which also coincides with a big energetic shift that's going to be happening, which I'm going to do a whole video on. So come back and learn more about the planetary alignment of all 7 planets happening at the end of February. As far as this planetary alignment happening, I think it's very auspicious that it coincides with Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is the celebration of the end of winter and the beginning of spring, according to the lunar calendar. And it's celebrated by billions of people around the world, and has its origins dating all the way back to 475 BC. And part of the origin story is the story of Nian. Really sorry if I mispronounced that. It's spelled Nian. But basically, the story goes that there is this monster that either comes out from the depths of the sea or out of the mountains, and it's called Nian. And Nian would terrorize this small village every year around Spring Festival, and it would decimate the village. It would destroy all the buildings. It would even eat the villagers in the middle of the night. And this happened for years and years and years, until one day this old man enters the village. And the old man comes in and he tells the villagers, "Tonight, go and hide, and I will take care of Nian." And the villagers, of course, are like, "What are you talking about? Nian is this horrible, horrific monster. What is this? What are you going to do as an old man?" And the old man repeats himself and says, "Go and hide, and I will take care of Nian." Reluctantly, the villagers did as they were told, and they went to hide. And then the next morning, they were astounded when they came and looked around the village and found it unscathed. It was pristine. The only difference was that there was these gigantic red lanterns hung all over the town, all through the town. And on the floor, they found all these remnants of fireworks. But they did not find any signs of the old man. And they had come to believe that the old man was a deity sent to save them from Nian. Because what happened the night before was Neon came, as usual, as he does every year, to destroy the village. But upon seeing these gigantic red lanterns glowing, and the sparks and sound of the fireworks going off, and the smoke billowing in the sky, Neon was caught unaware and even afraid, thinking, what is this creature, this large creature billowing, spewing fireworks and billowing smoke? And so Neon ran away, never to return to the village again. Which is why, to this day, Chinese New Year's is celebrated with large red lanterns and fireworks. Cool story, right? I think it's really cool. I like that it's so old, too. But this year, Chinese New Year, is also the year of the snake. That's why I'm wearing my snake scarf in honor of the year of the snake. And I thought it was really appropriate to dive deep into the symbolism of the snake, because the snake is symbolic of transformation, rebirth, renewal. Everything I've been talking about, what is going to happen celestially with 2025 and all the transformation that's going to happen, it's just unbelievable that it also lands on the year of the snake. So let's dive in a little bit. The snake symbolism dates all the way back to 3100 BCE. And it is first seen as this deity in ancient Egypt called Wadjet. And Wadjet was depicted as this gigantic snake. And she, because ultimately it's been figured out that she is representative of feminine energy, but she is the protector spirit. She is protector of Egypt, specifically the lower lands. She is the protector of kings. She is also the protector of women during childbirth. And her symbolism has penetrated culture so much that first she's seen also in the crowns of all the ancient Egyptian kings. You've probably seen headdresses with the cobra. So that is part of Wadjet and the protection that she bestows upon kings. But even more so, Wadjet is the first origins of the symbol of either the singular snake riding up the staff, or the dual snakes intertwining up the staff. And that can be seen as a staff of Hermes, as known in ancient Greek, or the caduceus, which we still have used throughout a lot of our culture. It is a symbol connected to commerce as well as the medical field. So here we see that the snake is symbolic of protection, of femininity, and health and healing. But the snake still continues its evolution, because the next symbol that we've seen using and venerating snakes is called the ouroboros. It is also an ancient Egyptian symbol, but the word ouroboros actually is an ancient Greek word that means tail eating. So the ouroboros is a symbol of the snake eating its own tail, which I'm sure most of you have seen. It is actually the symbol on my necklace. If you're an 80s kid, you will recognize this. This is off of the Never Ending Story, but you can see that it is the snake eating its tail, generally depicted by the outer circle, but here it also incorporated the two snakes intertwining into the infinity symbol. And what the ouroboros symbolizes is immortality, the cyclic nature of life, as well as transformation, renewal, rebirth, as I said before, in addition to the interconnectedness of everything in life. It is the snake is destroying as well as nourishing itself at the same time. So it is birth and death at the same time. Then we move forward into additional symbolisms of the snake outside of ancient Greek and ancient Egyptian religions. We see it has impacted both Hinduism as well as Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, all around the same time, around this 9th century BCE. In Hinduism, the snake is very similar to the caduceus symbol. It is known as the kundalini energy, or kundalini awakening, or kundalini rising. The word kundalini means coiled, and the idea is that kundalini energy, which is the divine feminine energy, is this coiled energy like a snake sitting at the base of the spine. And as you align your chakras, purify your system, and clear any blockages, any energy blockages seen in the 7 chakras, this energy then has a pathway to rise up, intertwining around each of the 7 chakra energy centers until it reaches the head, or the crown chakra, and that is where it spreads wings, allowing it to fly up into the heavens. So that is symbolic of spirituality, spiritual growth, awakening, and consciousness. And similarly, we can kind of see that in the idea of in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, because there we have the symbol of the serpent as represented in the story in the book of Genesis of Adam and Eve. So in that story, which we should all know, it's the story of the creation of man. God came down, created man, called him Adam, told Adam, you will be taking care of this garden, the Garden of Eden. You can eat abundantly from all the fruit, except from the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And Adam did as he was told. He took care of the animals, took care of the plants, and did not eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And God was proud. And God looked upon Adam and decided to bring him companionship. So when Adam was sleeping, God came and took a rib out of Adam. And from that rib, he created woman. And when he created woman, he called her Eve and told Eve the same thing he told Adam. He said, you will be Adam's companion. You will take care of the animals and the plants of the Garden of Eden. You can eat abundantly from all the fruit, except the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Unfortunately, one day, as Eve was going around and harvesting the fruit, a serpent came down from the tree of knowledge of good and evil and turned to Eve and said, Eve, take a bite of this delicious apple. It is delicious. And Eve originally said, no, 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 God forbids it. But the serpent urged her on and said, Eve, why do you think God does not want you to eat from this tree? Obviously, it is because you will then have all the knowledge of the universe, making you the same as God. Fortunately, this tempted Eve, and she succumbed to the serpent's temptation and ate from the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and even went as far as turning to Adam and having him also eat of the fruit. Now, depending on the tradition, we have 2 different stories. According to Christianity, Adam was not aware that he was eating of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And therefore, Christians blame women for no longer living in paradise. Yay. Anyways, we will have a whole story about that, because a whole nother video on that, because I think we need to address that situation, because that's no good. Anyways, luckily, in Islamic traditions, they actually believe that both Adam and Eve made the agreed upon decision to eat of the fruit of knowledge, eat of the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So they were both at fault. I like that a little bit better. I think, they probably both knew what they were doing. Anyways, Here again, we can see the serpent as a symbol of knowledge, consciousness, awareness, as well as a little bit of deception, a little bit of manipulation, and that is where nowadays also the symbolism of serpent is also tied to evil and manipulation, corruption. But I don't think it was inherently evil, but who knows. Anyways, that is the symbolism, the energy that we are now going to embark on this Chinese New Year. It is, again, we will be experiencing the energy of transformation. We will be experiencing the energy of healing, the energy of knowledge, spiritual awakening. This is going to be a time of massive spiritual awakening, brought upon by all of these energies, the celestial energies that I've been talking about, plus this added year of the snake. Basically, the energy is the energy of the snake shedding its skin. At the same time, we can see that shedding of the skin is the releasing of the old and bringing in the new. It is also the energy of an unstoppable force being birthed into a new world. It is breaking free of the old skin that we used to wear and coming out and really becoming our truest selves. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I hope you are excited as I am for the birthing of this new time in our lives of transformation and spiritual awareness and spiritual growth that we are all going to experience together. So if you have any interest in discussing it, please find me. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, as long as TikTok is around. Yay, it came back, but who knows how long it'll be around for. You can always email me at betweendimensions111@gmail.com. And I hope you all have a wonderful night and enjoy celebrating this Chinese New Year, and watch out for those planetary alignments and come back to learn more about what's happening at the end of February. Anyways, have a wonderful evening. Love you all. Mwah. Bye.